First time in a century and a half. We've got
Okay,
Ignore It,
we're back.
and we've got
Trying to
Give
work
Everyone
on
a Flower.
the
You're all
music
a
station
little
trophy,
unrealistic, yes?
Come on Maurice.
Not to say over-opinionated
which if
and
everything's
moronic,
going well,
Mr.
I think
Grayshaw,
that we're
how do
over
we stop
halfway
people
through.
running amok in the city with machine guns and
Basically, the
heavy
plan
artillery?
is to listen
You've got to
to
give a man a chance.
one
Prisons are overflowing
chat
with wasted
station
potential.
session,
Make the guilty men
a
innocent
full
once
session.
more.
So if
Free
we
them
start
from
in the middle of a
themselves.
session like we have now,
How on earth do you do that?
Well, you could let them off.
Marvelous. Great. That's a
we'll
sensible
let
plan.
this one
Then they
finish and
wouldn't
go
be
through
guilty anymore.
another
We've
one.
been doing that for years, you idiot. How do you think we
And then
keep
with the
prison
normal
costs
radio
down?
stations,
Ain't by
if
magic
we
or
start on the
cooking
middle of a
books.
song,
We save that
which
for education.
even
But
if we
as
don't,
in
I'll probably
most
just
things, we in government are saving
go
money
through the
so
next
that you don't
song,
have to.
next commercial,
When we
blah blah
spend less
blah.
money on services, more goes
And
to
then at the very
administration
end,
salaries and
we'll
expenses,
sit
which helps make
in.
lives a lot less difficult for everybody.
Well, we'll basically
It's
sit with the
about
radio off for
sharing.
like 10 minutes.
Sharing your taxes out amongst the select few.
And hopefully
That's
that'll
why
do
I
it.
worked so hard at school, so I could reap the rewards now.
I thought you worked hard at school because
I know last time I did the PlayStation 4
That's a
version
damn
of
lie.
this.
They called me wet fart.
They
I
called
ended
me
up
the Bat
listening
because my
to the
voice didn't
whole
break until I was
station
19.
on each
So,
station,
Mr. Shrub,
and it was
I
like
take it you
2
don't believe in
hours
regulation.
on each
I believe
station.
in giving people
And then
a
I think I
chance,
listened to
not tying
the
them
radio
down with
off
lots of
for 2
needless
hours on top of it.
regulations. The fact
And
is, business
it
is
didn't
run
seem
by
to work.
moral people who won't do
But then
anything
I just
illegal
kind of
or
went
try to
through
get
each
rich
station
quickly.
But
for like
since you
10
got
minutes.
elected, Vice
And I
City
think
has
like
been
on the third
characterized by a
station, the
government who
trophy
cut aid
popped.
to the
So
poor,
this
offered
is
tax breaks
definitely
to the rich, and paid
still
people to dump toxic
a
waste near
trophy that's
schools.
a little
Yes,
finicky,
we've
to
made
say
a
the
lot of
least.
progress.
And
And
up on
hopefully this
Capitol
will do
Hill,
it.
you were
We'll
instrumental
get
in
through the
pushing
rest of
through
the
a bill
stations.
allowing the
Probably in
manufacture
this
and
video,
sale of giggle cream,
I'll
a
probably
dessert
do
with potential lethal
one more
consequences.
video
Not true.
doing
Only
the rest of the
23
taxi
people have
missions.
died, and several of them probably deserved it.
So,
I don't know.
with
I
people
feel like
being
I'm
set
gonna
such a bad
probably
example
do
by big
quite a bit
business,
towards
how are they supposed to respect each other,
100%
to
of
act
the
safely in
game.
society?
I've already
And
got
how
the
are they
trophy for
policed by a
100% of the
demoralized and
game.
underfunded police force?
This is
Well, I'm
basically
afraid
more
that's
of a
apparently
trophy
quite a
cleanup
difficult
run.
question, but my solution is easy.
But I mean, I
I'm
missed
going
all
to
the
talk for a
missable
long time
trophies.
about
I
a
still got
subject
to
not
get
in
the
any way
all
related, and pretty soon
stations
people will forget
listened
all
to
about it.
trophy.
I'll remind people that I have a great haircut, and that under my stewardship, Vice City has had on average
there's a
15% better weather than before, while crime
handful
rates
of things.
only go up
I've got
if
to
you
like
don't turn the graph
do the
upside down. Turn it upside down, and they have halved under me, Alex
oh,
Shrub.
what is it?
Vote Shrub for president, and you'll have a friendly face in the
The
White House. A man
media
you can trust.
attention
A local man who
trophy,
likes golf and
which last
laughing
time we
and
did
photo
pretty fast in the
opportunities at your
tank, and I'm
store or
hoping
place
that's
of
just going
business.
to be the case
Just send
again,
me a letter.
which
I'll
means
send
that
you
we're
an
going to have to go
automated
through
photocopied response.
all the
We
hidden
call it
packages.
democracy, and
I don't
that's
know, we
where the
don't really
money
have to go
goes.
through the
Just don't
rampages, but
interrupt.
we'll
Let me
just,
finish.
because like,
This
I'm just
man
kind of
won't let me
enjoying the
speak.
game right
You,
now.
Shorty, shut up
This
and
is
let
one of
me
those
speak.
games that
I'm taller than him,
it's
ladies and
kind of
gentlemen, by
nice
at
to go
least
back to
3
every once in a
inches, which
while,
means
and
I'm
I
a lot
actually
more respectable looking.
did the PS4
Everyone knows
version of this pretty
politicians
recently,
lie and
considering.
steal and cheat, but at least with me in charge, you know I look
But
good and I have a very supercilious
I
manner.
figured why not do the
Besides
trophy
which, I've
cleanup
been abroad and I prefer it here
on the
because I'm a
PS5
man
version,
of the
and then
people.
maybe
Vote
we'll go play
Shrub. You'll
like
get
San
richer
Andreas
and
or
you won't
something.
feel
Maybe I'll play a
guilty
game
about
in
it.
Enough!
between.
We're running out of time, and you completely failed to answer the question.
I'm a professional. That's my job.
And Mr. Hickory, what about you?
All right, these problems are typical of what happens with an open
But yeah, I
border
think I
to
just
the
got done
north.
playing
State
this game like a
filled up
month
with
ago,
trash.
a little over a
People
month
who
ago
can't tell
maybe.
the difference between a swamp and a marsh. Guys who don't know the first thing about the legality of marrying within the family. That's why we need a river. People, I'm telling you, pick up your spades, go into your garden,
Look at that, didn't give me
start
2
digging
stars.
as deep and as far as you can. Pretty soon the whole state will be flooded and ruined, and then they'll have to leave. We must build a moat to the north or they will come down and ruin this great state.
And Mr. Hickory, were you born in Florida?
What a stupid question of all the cheek.
Were you?
Of course not. No one's been born in Florida since 1877, but I've been here for 5 years, which is a very long time.
Yes, it is. A very long time. Almost as long as this show. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Pressing Issues with me, Maurice Chavez, presiding over some of the least informed debate on the radio. In this episode of Pressing the Issue, we had Alex Shrub, Callum Crayshaw, and John Florida Hickory discussing safety. I guess you've all got to make up your own minds. Should we be as wet as fish or a corrupt money-grabbing thief? Gentlemen, I feel we really got somewhere, and that Vice City and people everywhere know a lot more than they did before we began. And now, over to Jonathan and Melissa to talk to you about public radio in your area.
You're listening to VCPR, the radio station for disoriented and unrealistic college professors who wear fuzzy sweaters and find everything terribly interesting. I'm Michelle Montanius.
And I'm Jonathan Freeloader. Public radio is very important. You may have heard my recent hour-long story about my hike in the park.
That was fascinating and very important for everyone, even the blind. Play a selection, Jonathan.
I think this is the part where I came to the big tree.
I almost felt like I was there. You won't get this kind of nauseating detail on commercial radio. VCPR is 100% commercial free. Absolutely nothing interrupts your enjoyment of our fine programming and ability to tackle the important things like Jonathan's walk in the park. But we need you. Think of yourself as a member of this station, except you aren't allowed in the doors. That's an important metaphor for life.
Yes, how wonderful would it be to own an hour of this radio station? We just got an enormous pledge from Farewell Ranch. That's great. Farewell Ranch is a great place to take your loved one. Just dial 866-9-BURY-ME. Remember, VCPR is commercial and interest-free. Donate your money now. Let's get back to pressing issues.
Thank you, guys. So, we're back on pressing issues. Just one of many fine shows you'll hear if you have the patience to listen to public radio. Although thanks to the many awards we have won,
so this will be a
Pressing
new
Issues has extended playtime and is the #1 rated show in the Vice
talk
City area.
show.
I'm your very entertaining host, Maurice Chavez, a man climbing the broadcasting ladder at a rate of 6 knots. 6 years ago, I was a clown, and now I'm a success. Think about it. Imagine where I could be in 10 years. I could achieve anything. Anyway, morality. What is it? Why do we need it? Our ancestors, shortly after discovering fire, built tools to beat each other over the head and discover how to make meat to celebrate with afterwards. Then Columbus came.
Another thing I want to
shut
mention
down the
when
Pilgrim discos. Why? All very confusing if you
on the
ask me.
PS4
And you did.
version,
And I asked
when I tried to
myself,
listen to
that
each
is a perfect
station
subject for a
for
region-wide
2
discussion
hours
show,
to make
which
sure I
is very
listened to each
lucky because
station
I happen
fully,
to host one.
which I'm sure I
To
did.
discuss the subject of morality,
I did it
we
in the
have
pause
firebrand
menu,
preacher,
which I
Pastor
don't
Richards,
believe
the head of
counted.
the Pastor Richards Salvation Statue Organization, a group which plans to raise enough money to build a statue of Pastor Richards himself. We also have John Brown,
Which is pretty
leader
unfortunate.
of Moms Against
Which is-
Popular Culture.
spent a lot of
or
time listening to
MAPC,
radio
or is it
stations.
MAPS? MAPK? I don't know. We're deep in acronym hell right now, or is it purgatory? And finally,
So hopefully I understand
we
how
have
this works a
Barry
little bit
Starr,
better.
author of the book As Nature Intended. He's the editor of Vice City's Naturist News, and is working feverishly, it says here, to bring more nude recreation to Vice City. To protect the dignity of our other panelists, we place Mr. Barry Stark behind a divider.
I'm naked back here. It's my right as a person.
Yes. Let's start with the obvious, yes? Is it moral to be naked?
Yes, you can't stop me.
Well, I'm a mother, so I have to deal with this issue every day. My adorable kids have learned that it's wrong to be naked. When it's bath time, they know to put on a bathing costume. That's also the reason there are no mirrors in my house. Nudity leads to bad, naughty things.
Maurice, if I may interrupt, I haven't worn clothes since 1982. Clothes are seriously unnatural. Didn't you guys learn anything from the 60s? I had a revelation when I was on holiday in Germany. I'd always felt very constricted. Then it hit me like a slippery fish. Clothes are plain wrong. When you're born, you're not wearing any clothes. When you die, you're not wearing any clothes.
I'm going to have to interrupt you there. What if you die at work? What if an enormous piece of machinery falls on you while you're working?
Clothes lead to immorality. Nudity stops people from fighting. Have you seen an issue of National Geographic lately? People around the world are nude. You don't want to shoot a machine gun or a howitzer or a flamethrower if you're naked. It could burn or scold in quite a personal fashion, quite frankly. Have you been to the zoo? Animals are naked. If everyone were naked, there'd be no war. Everyone's complaining about crime and the theft of cars in the city. No one's ever stolen my car. No one's ever pickpocketed me. They've never even tried.
That's because you're a degenerate loony.
If the police were naked, it would set a great example to everyone. You can direct traffic and eat donuts entirely in the buff.
Maurice, this kind of immoral behavior is exactly why I'm building the Pastor Richard Salvation statue. Noah had an ark, Texans had the Alamo, and I am building a highly fortified structure in my image. Simple. This 50-story statue will be able to deflect alpha, gamma, and beta radiation. The day is coming, and coming soon, where the artificial suns will rain down to punish the degenerates of this city. But you can save yourself. The Pastor Richard Salvation statue will be a completely self-sufficient community. We have canned food rations, private living quarters, and enough supplies to survive happily the predicted 40,000 years of nuclear winter. In Phase 2, and with funding from NASA, we will equip this massive statue with rockets. So when the poopy hits the proverbial fan, we will load up the statue with all of the people who have saved themselves through generous donations, blast into space, and colonize Saturn with a race of morally correct, affluent people ruled by me.
Will there be naked people?
No, turd brain. It's morally corrupt people like you we're shielding ourselves from. Liberals, degenerates, the Welsh. They're the ones responsible for the nightmare Vice City is today. The crime in the streets, the parties, the children born out of wedlock to a future of hopelessness. Anyone who does not agree with me is mentally sick and should be shot, I'm afraid to say. We need to build a place to escape these transgressions.
Whew, that's extreme stuff, Pastor. But we'll leave amateur eugenics for a minute and ask our other panelists. Jan, you're a mom, so you know everything. What is your thought on all this? And do you think Pastor Richard stole his ideas from a movie or book?
Well, yes, I am a mom. My kids are very special. So special, they go to special classes. Now, I teach my kids history to give them perspective. Last night I was telling them about how Magellan sailed around the Strait of Magellan and met some friendly natives that gave him supplies. Then he had to kill all of them. And that's an important lesson about life. If you look at nature, you'll see many species that eat their children to protect them. This is especially true of hamsters. It's about putting the family first. That's really important to me, and where a lot of my morality comes from. And if you don't like it, find your own husband and stay away from mine, okay?
Okay, but, and excuse me if I sound a little confused here, but I don't think I understand.
Now, my morality comes from looking at history and biology and working out what's best for my kids and screw anyone else. That's what this country's all about. I mean, I saw the hippies. What a load of claptrap. What's your kid gonna do at a school with a name like Moonbeam or Wave or Horseradish or whatever they call them? How can you take your kid to a Little League game when you live in a communal farm growing drugs? It's awful. And that's what my life is about, looking down on others.
Yes, I think I can see that now. Moving on. Pastor Richards, in your book, you talk about putting yourself first and how people should not make sacrifices or help those in need. Do you want to elaborate?
Oh, that's right. People need to learn how to take care of themselves and not depend on others. If you read chapter 45 of my book, I talk about how being selfish is a virtue. The best thing you can do for someone that needs help is to tell them to help themselves. That builds moral character. Morality, Maurice. There's not much left in this city. Every time a culture has taken on the doctrine of helping your fellow man, we get thrown into the dark ages. Look at Russia. They keep trying to help each other out, extend a hand to a neighbor, and guess what? Every 10 years, someone's invading, burning down their homes, and taking their toilet paper. Napoleon, Stalin, Attila the Hun, all of them. After you read my book, you will understand. I may have been born in the sea, but I'm no dummy.
Are we gonna talk about being naked?
Yeah, soon, Barry. Keep your hair on and calm down, please, my friend. Divorce rates are up. Standardized test scores are down. Vampire sightings at the mall. Can the family be saved? Or, to put it another way, if we're meant to be monogamous, why weren't we born already married? Jan, over to you.
Well, since I'm a happily married mother, I know the family unit is the basis of all society. Now, even when my husband is working late or away on an extended business trip to Hawaii with his secretary, I understand just how important the family unit is in life. He's working hard so I can get another station wagon with even more wood on it.
Go on. Tell me more about your family.
Well, I like to compare it to nature. After all, it is one planet, even if we do just want to maim and kill each other, especially me. Now, look at sharks and sandworms. Oh, and one of my hobbies, besides making babies and criticizing people, is biology. You learn so much from nature. People these days, they don't grow their own food. They can barely get out of their recliners and make it to the supermarket. I tell you, there is nothing super about that place. Kids these days don't know how to preserve and can their own food. No wonder all they want to do is play video games or hang out with their friends. What is it, the Degeneratron? What a crock of shit.
Hey, watch your language. This is radio. We have regulations about that sort of thing.
But you let a naked man on.
Yeah, he's behind the screen. You can't see him. It's not that exciting. Imagine a flabby guy with a ponytail and a nasty rash. You'll get the picture.
Imagine one. I married one. Anyway, what was I saying?
You were discussing the Degenatron, which I understand is a games machine. Then you swore.
I'm sorry, it makes me so mad. I mean, what I heard my son, Patrick III, I heard him using slang words in the house the other day. Rad and cool and stick it. I mean, I beat him to within an inch of his life, and he will never make that mistake again. American should be spoken properly.
What?
No, don't interrupt me. I've got children, you know. Please, this is really important. It's about the family. Look. Nobody knows how to cook anymore. Nobody knows how to kill anymore. Nobody knows how to kill dinner. My daddy was a very wise man before that tractor pull accident. My daddy taught me how to slaughter a pig. That's very useful information. Oh, sure, I was a little nervous at first, but he put me in a room with a fork and a fat sow and told me he'd be back in an hour for some fat back and hog jowls. As a mother, I'm proud to say I throttled the life out of that little piggy. I did it for my family, and I'll do it again. Feeding the family is my job as a mother. Daddy earns money and goes away with his secretary, and Mommy provides dinner and keeps a brave face on things, even though her heart is breaking. Where are my pills?
Barry, you look like you've got something to say.
I agree. Statistics show that families that spend time together naked are the best kinds of families. You see, social class distinctions disappear when everyone is naked. I can't tell if you're rich or poor, black or white. It doesn't matter because we're all naked. Designer clothes? Try designer nudism. My body was made by the best designer around. Mother Nature. That's why we're lobbying to build a naked casino in Vice City so old people can gamble naked and poor people can lose hope in the buff.
It is written, chapter 23, verse 5 of my book, "He that gambles his money away is a fool, but he who believes in me will go to spend eternity in space with other affluent, well-to-do people." It's that simple. Do what I say and you won't have to think for yourself.
Oh, but I think it is, Pastor. We look around. Nudie clubs, discos, drinking. Do people want to be moral? Can you legislate morality? Can we tell people how to live their lives?
Absolutely. Yes, of course I can. Just look at Prohibition or the Cultural Revolution in China. We can learn a lot from history. Chairman Mao or Stalin, they purged their lands of degenerates and intellectuals, the scum of the earth in my book. And look at the great societies they built. People want to be told how to act. And most people are idiots, and that's exactly who my teachings appeal to. This lawless, permissive society has no boundaries, and without boundaries, how do you know where the limits are? You have to know what's good and what's evil. You need someone to tell you so. Single moms have obese kids, it's a fact, while rich people have a lot of guilt, unnecessarily, in my opinion.
I agree. I don't think these people understand just how hard it is to potty train. You have to give a treat when Precious makes a poopy. My kids are big-boned, and they eat prunes every day. But that's what's wrong with this country. All of this emphasis on being thin and healthy. When my children are hungry, I hand them a spear and send them out to the park to catch their own food. They're learning how to be self-sufficient. Yesterday, my youngest, Jono, killed the postman, but at least he was trying. So I gave him a cuddle. I told him to hit Daddy next time he comes home late, smelling of cheap perfume.
Okay. It's time to take a break before we hear about any more criminal acts against government employees. You're listening to Pressing Issues. Morality is the subject at hand. Let's explain exactly how free radio without commercial breaks works. We'll be right back.
You're listening to VCPR. Finally, a radio station for teachers and librarians. You've been enjoying Pressing Issues, but as is normal, you can't listen to an hour's worth of programming on this station without us begging for money. It's the bi-daily begathon here on VCPR, where we hold your favorite shows hostage until you pony up some cash.
You know what's so great about VCPR? It's like a shining torch of cultural enlightenment for Vice City. In these times of darkness, when the hordes are so uneducated they can barely understand multisyllabic phrases like, clean my shoes better, Marissa, or I'll report you to the IRS, or dialectical materialism. Isn't it pleasant to have a patronizing voice on the radio?
That's right, Michelle. With the way things are going under Reagan, at any moment the unwashed Huns from the Midwest could decide
Alright,
upon
so yeah,
Vice
after
City
this
and enslave the poets and
commercial,
postal
we
workers
will
and force us to
switch
watch
stations.
network programming.
That is a frightening thought. But like many
And I
things
think there's
in
only
life, you can
2
throw money at something
chat
and feel
radios.
better about yourself.
Which is kind of nice, because I think they are a little bit longer when it comes to what you actually have to listen to.
That's right. If you pledge at the $1,000 level, you'll get tickets for In the Future There Will Be Robots at the Vice City Arts Center.
People who see that show say it's difficult to put into English. That must mean it's spectacular.
Yes, but if you don't give money to VCPR, we could be thrown back to the Stone Age.
Halfway through the
Liberals
taxi
will be set on
missions.
fire in the streets. Give now. Let's return to Pressing Issues. Over to you, Maurice, in the studio. Useless, talentless asshole.
You're correct. He is an asshole.
I love those guys. Really professional and living proof that all of the best talent isn't on commercial networks.
Okay. I feel like this song's almost over, which is nice. Spanish station is just hard for me to want to listen to. Definitely wasn't as close to being over as I thought.
Usted está escuchando la radio que hace la ciudad bailar y sudar. ¡Sacude la ropa! Esta canción está preparada para las mujeres. Radio Espantoso.
I'm a VIP, and I want to live around people just like myself, rich and divorced.
I'm Everett Carey,
Shady Acres is an incredible, upscale, state-of-the-art, top-notch condominium development. A short drive out of town on some pristine wetlands, away from the noise and uninvited diversity of the city. Shady Acres. And when you buy into that dream that is Shady Acres, not only do you get a luxurious 5,000 square foot condo with underground parking for your newly acquired sports car, but there's also a jacuzzi for entertainment. Jacuzzi. Each condo is tastefully furnished with a stock bar and an exotic waterbed shaped like a dollar sign. Shady Acres also has a golf range, firing range, helipad, and exotic petting zoo when your kids come to visit. You're successful? Start defining your lifestyle. Start defining yourself. Shady Acres. Shady Acres. Happiness is worth the price. Shady Acres.
¡Este huevo quiere sal! ¡Ay, ay, ay!
One police station to the other. I wonder how speedruns tackle taxi missions. If they like, kind of like, you know, search for shorter fare, travel times. Or if they just kind of go through all 100 at once. Kind of like I'm doing right now. It's time consuming. You know, it's like 2 hours. 2.5 hours. But then again, is this even part of like 100%ing the game? I don't know what it is about doing taxi missions, but it's just kind of relaxing to me.
Radio espantoso, I love it, man, I love it. Bailen en las calles y canten las canciones del amor. No dejen la carne fuera del refrigerador por mucho tiempo. Hace calor
I'm
en las
surprised
calles.
I didn't give me
Y
a
así
star.
es con esta música.
Fucking, of course.
Más jazz aquí.
Okay, was that our song for this station? I think it was. There's some weird music on this station, like just some freaking instrumentals, basically.
More mood swings than your pregnant wife. Emotion 98.3.
Hello, I am Fernando Martinez, and this is Emotion. When I first come to Vice City, I feel all lonely, a man on the outside, a foreigner. Then I say, Fernando, you like to talk a lot. So I get a well-paid job on the radio and begin to make my name as a successful DJ. Now I'm not so lonely, but I never forget my roots. I never forget, and so I always have a
I think I'm gonna count this song.
I've been waiting his next.
We came in at like the perfect time. Maybe I'll go ahead and listen to one more song. But, I mean, I think that there is going to be more time we gotta kill. I think we're getting close to being done with the radio station. Providing everything goes as planned anyway. And I mean, we're close to 2/3 of the way done with the taxi
We
missions.
give you emotion 24/7, not just once a month.
Old Max. We go everywhere together. Right, boy?
At Pet Stuffers, we know there's nothing like a relationship between a man and his dog. Sometimes you just can't let go.
Max, you didn't eat your food. That's the second week in a row. Max?
When the unspeakable happens, just put your four-legged friend in the refrigerator or freezer. Then call Pet Stuffers. We'll be there within a week to pick him up, and in less than a month, he'll be back as good as new. Through an ancient Egyptian miracle process called taxidermy, you and your best friend will always be together.
Yeah, that's a good dog.
Pet Stuffers, when you just can't let go. And coming soon, grandparents forever.
Highlighted hair? Vacant brain dead look in your eyes. Something missing?
Complete the look.
Complete the look with men's eyeliner at Vice City's one-stop shop for people who are cool when they cry.
Wow, you look ambiguous.
Complete the look.
I was losing myself in the music there for a moment. Forgive me. It just hit me so hard sometimes, like a massive bit of masonry falling from a high building or something, or a truck driving over your foot, you know? Powerful, like a dream where you go to work naked. Let's take a break while I recompose myself. Remember, too much emotion is always a good thing.
Howdy, partner. It's 4:30 in the morning here at Farewell Ranch, and it's time to get up and work the old cows. Get up, you old! At Farewell Ranch, old people don't sit around stagnating, watching game shows and talking about the good old days, sinking into the grave in a urine-soaked mess. At Farewell Ranch, they sweat and toil until the breaking point. Keep that miserable contemplation of mortality in bay. Hell, at steering time, we'll work Grandpa so hard he'll wish he was dead. At the end of the day, he'll sit down in the bluegrass, eat a bowl of commemorative beans, and enjoy sing-alongs at one of our nightly funerals. It's the cowboy's code. Work hard, don't shower, and die in your boots. Right, Norm? My prostate. Farewell Ranch, the only way to ride into the sunset.
Express emotion because you can. Emotion 98.3.
Alright, so pretty much 2/3 of the way there at this point. As far as the taxi missions.
But it's not my
think that song says so much about the human heart, don't you? Or, as my people say, corazón. My people make the women's and the cars bounce up and down. You see, love is important, but so is the action. A real man needs more than one thing in life. Do you know what I'm saying here? The heart and the loins both on fire, no? Groaning and straining and making love and having hot, dirty, passionate encounters with the secretaries, while the wife, she sleeps at home. I know, I have been there many times. You're on emotion, where the heart remains true.
It's a profound experience that I have found very interesting. Of course, it's not a cheap pastime, but I think if we have learned anything by now...
I think this is the last actual radio station. I think after this we just gotta sit on
Anyway,
with the music off for a little bit.
Told me nobody likes a wordsmith. Let's get to the records. Next up, we have an American act for you. They've been around for a few years now, and for my money, this is their finest hour. Atomic by, of course, Blondie.
And once again, we started on a commercial. The song definitely didn't start playing until after we were here. So maybe we'll actually count this one. And then just keep our fingers crossed that this has worked. We'll still have to do this with the radio off for a little while, but that shouldn't be more than like 10 minutes. And who knows, if it doesn't work, maybe we'll fucking try it again. Or I'll just sit on each station for 10 minutes at that point. I'll probably try the other tactic if this doesn't work. The other tactic was listen to each station for 10 minutes. Of the actual music stations, and then go back and listen to both of the talk stations for 10 minutes. And specifically doing the talk stations last, it seemed like. And then we'll go back and I think it was do it with the radio off after that for 10 minutes. But hopefully this will actually work. And we don't have to worry about doing that, because then we're basically going to be well over the 100 pairs at that point. If we have to go through that. And then we're talking like another 2+ videos. I don't know. I think it might be a little bit over 2 videos to do that. And I just don't know if I want to spend the rest of the night listening to radio stations on here. It's already bad enough doing 100 pairs and doing this. Hoping to get this kind of more... I feel like this would be the appropriate way to listen to every station, if you're not just flipping through the channels, would be to listen to one song on each station, one actual talk show on each of the talk show stations, kind of commercial to commercial sense. Maybe we'll go ahead and listen to this song too. Kind of surprised there was no commercial between that song and this song. Every other station had commercials between their radio station. Commercials between their songs.
Guitars. We've got little computer synthesizer thingies. Wave 103.
Wave 103 doesn't mess around.
This is the wave.
They don't have much of anything for commercials. Oh, there it is. We got the trophy. Okay, so that's sweet. That actually worked out pretty well. I guess that we can switch it on whatever the heck we want to now. We'll go ahead and finish up this last 24 taxi missions.
Remember, we drive on the other side of the road in this country. Stay out of trouble.
Sweaty leather
Glad to see that worked out.
Fat Dayglow laces? Something missing?
Not really sure what I want to
With a
listen to
replica
though.
car sign insignia on a chunky gold plate chain at Vice City's one-stop shop for people who
So what is the plan? We'll finish up the taxi missions probably in the next video. And I don't know, I might. Well, hold on a second. Let's just go ahead and look at trophies really quick. Okay, so I do need the Godfather trophy as well, which means that we should go ahead and do the cone crazy missions. So that'll probably be hopefully how I finish up the next video is doing Cone Crazy. Cone Crazy is one of those that it could either go really fast or, you know, toward where it starts getting difficult. It could take a little while. We'll probably buy a couple houses, do Cone Crazy. And it looks like pretty much the rest of it. I mean, okay, there's the Godfather trophy where it's like your criminal rating, which if you just get a freaking butt ton of money, then that pretty much takes care of that, just doing Cone Crazy. And then the Stuff of Legends media ranking. Like I was saying, we get the 100 hidden packages and do that with the tank. I guess technically I think that we get the tank at like 70 or 90. But that won't be until we open up the other island. And then it's just a matter of doing the missable trophies as far as like what I need for trophy cleanup. I'm still kind of going back and forth on like if I'm gonna 100% the game again or not, because I've already got the 100% game completion trophy. And I mean, I guess it's like the unique stunt jumps, the little miscellaneous like PCJ missions, rampages, stuff like that. I mean, it does get a little bit tedious. I kind of like doing the taxi missions, the vigilante, paramedic, stuff like that, so that's not a big deal. But rampages, stunt jumps, PCJ, checkpoint missions, stadium, all that stuff kind of gets a little tedious when you start putting all that into the works. So we'll see how crazy I want to get with it. The only thing crazy I want to do right now is Cone Crazy. But we got 22 more fairs to do.
Remember, you're on Wild Style. Listening to me, Super Rocket Mr. Magic on the microphone. Coming to you live from a secret location in Vice City. So officers, if you're listening, and I know you are, don't try to stop us. You'll never find us. You can't stop us because we're underground. Get it right now. Got a big shout out to Sir Leslie and his homeboys from up north. And another one for Mr. Sam and the boys and girls downtown. Now let's get back to the non-stop music. Time for another Super Rocket Mr. Magic rap attack, y'all. Check it out, y'all. Super Rocket Mr. Magic, a.k.a. Sir Juice, holding it down on Pirate Radio in Vice City. That means you can't stop us no matter how hard you try. It's that time again. A little bit of flavor from Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
It's funny, we didn't even really have to listen to the radio while it was off. We just switched it off and then we got the trophy.
I can't take the smell, can't take the noise. Got no money to move out, I guess I got no choice. Rats in the front room, rollers in the back, junkies in the alley with the baseball bat. I tried to get away, but I couldn't get far. my car. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Standing on the front stoop, hanging out the window, watching all the cars go by, roaring as the breezes blow. Crazy lady living in a bag, eating out of garbage pails. Used to be a fag hag, such a that's the tango. Skip the life and dango. A zircon princess seen the lost her senses. Down at the beach show, watching all the creeps, so she can tell her stories to the girls back home. She went to the city and got so sedity. She had to get a bitch, she couldn't make it on her own. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. My brother's doing bad on my mother's TV. Says she watches too much. It's just not healthy. All my children in the daytime, Dallas at night. Can't even see the game or the Sugar Ray fight. The bill collectors, they ring my phone and scare my wife when I'm not home. Got a bum education, double digit inflation. Can't take the train to the job. There's a strike at the station. Me on King Kong standing on my back, can't stop to turn around.
Come on, why you stop in the middle of the fucking intersection? I always try to be a little careful going over this hump because I've gotten plowed off of that bridge into the water a number of times in previous playthroughs. So it... Oh, screw it, I'll just save what I was gonna say for the next video. Almost out of time anyway, I'm not even gonna be able to finish what I'm gonna say. Alright, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.